Adult workers of Reddit, have any of your friends wanted to pay for your services? How did it turn out? Throwaway account of course. I used to work as a male escort, though I went in with the intention of dating wealthy women. Almost every instance was with men. I'm not a homosexual, but if someone was willing to pay me $$ to give me a BJ, I quickly learned how to close my eyes and think of someone else doing it. Anyhow, all of my ad photos are of my body, no face, so the guys who made appointments really didn't know who I was until we met. Long story short, someone I knew made an appointment. First, I didn't realize he was someone I knew until way too late. Second, I didn't know he was gay. We both kinda played off the event. He seemed way more distraught than I was. Every time I would run into him would be crazy awkward. I'm no longer in the business, but it practically paid for my undergrad study. I haven't seen the guy in over 15 years. Why do gay men want to service me rather than the other way around? Yes, service meant I would fuck these guys too after they would give me a BJ. More than half of the guys I saw seemed to be in the closet or much just older. Plus, I laid pretty explicit ground rules before it all started. I'm sure there were guys out there that allowed themselves to be fucked. If the guy wanted that, he would have not picked me in the first place. Most people take the path of least resistance. Yes, I have fought off a few guys. See #1. Work out and be ready to throw punches if necessary. Also helps to be 6'8". Have I been raped? Luckily no, but I've had some very scary moments. How much were sessions? It depends on how much you think you are worth. For me, $500 to $10,000 depending on time and what was involved. I wasn't super busy doing this. It was all part-time. I developed relationships with regulars who would splurge down the road. Best regulars were the ones who fell in love with me. I quit the business soon after I finished my undergrads. I then used the money I saved to also pay for my graduate studies. No student loans. Yay. I still have a big chunk of that money in my savings account for a rainy day. Not gay? Yes. I don't consider myself gay. I had a very normal sexual appetite in college for women. Having a huge secret like this made it very difficult to keep relationships with those women though. Haven't been with a man since I left the business over a decade ago. Quite terrified of running into someone who would recognize me from those days. Had to move to a different state, grew a beard, and made new friends to feel normal. Now a working professional and married with kids. Close to my eyes. No, not literally. Most guys like that eye contact. However, I would just daydream of being somewhere else or with someone else. After a while, you get numb to the act. I dated a girl who was a Yahoo cam girl probably 15 years ago. I remember she got paid crazy money. One guy would pay her whatever her rate was per minute just to call her and talk to her about his day. He didn't even want anything sexual. He just thought she was really cute and sweet. I remember she said the #1 thing most guys asked her was to stick things up her ass. Not sure why that was so common. Since it does nothing for me, she ended up getting a collapsible dildo so that it looked like she was showing this huge thing up her ass. But there was no penetration. I remember she made more working a few hours per weekend than I did working 9 to 5. She ended up getting married, and I lost touch with her. Definitely some hilarious stories. I'm shocked to hear there's any money in this stuff nowadays with so many free porn sites. Just learned about collapsible dildos. I thought I knew it all. Former sex worker. Yeah. Some cook I was acquainted with at a bar. He ended up trying to pay me in gas station rewards points or mayo. Other friends had asked, but I was never comfortable with the idea. I'd like to conclude the saga of this beautiful friendship. I eventually cleaned up my act and decided to take a job in a factory. Soon after, gas station rewards boy started working in the same factory. Hilarity ensued. He continued to harass me daily, asking for sexual favors while I tried not to lose my appetite at lunch. He told co-workers what I used to do. That was fun. I was telling some women about the children's book I was writing, and one of them interrupted to say, "Yeah, but weren't you a prostitute?" "Yes, Carol, I was. I'm not writing Anna Peen Gables or Oh, the Places You'll Ho or anything." Best part is that all the women were creeped out by him. especially since he was very secretive about his name and wasn't allowed outside in the daylight. Detective Hooker was on the case. I found his full name and did a quick search. Turns out he was on the sex offender registry for creeping on an underage girl, luring her into the woods, and assaulting her. Our workplace was near a school zone, which that's why the rewards points vampire couldn't be seen outside. Good times. I had the reverse happen to me back when MySpace was a thing. One of the hot girls from high school became a prostitute and used MySpace to solicit old classmates. Last I heard, one of those classmates' wives kicked the living shit out of her after setting up a fake session. The next reunion should be a blast. Actually, a ton of people I've known from high school have purchased my video library etc. after finding my selling posts here on Reddit. I just kind of never bring it up again. If they change the way they treat me, I cut them out. But if nothing changes, hey, can't blame them. Sometimes you want to fuck a friend where it isn't a good idea to actually do it, etc. I was dancing for a while after I got out of the military, and one night one of the people I worked with came in and asked for a dance, admitting he always wanted to see me naked. He paid. I gave him a dance. He was shocked and ecstatic to see my pierced nipples, and that was that. I've had a few friends who were interested in doing so, but in talking with them, it became clear that they didn't want to pay at all, wanted a friend discount, or wanted to pay with something else other than money. Nothing happened in any of these cases, and then I had a friend who was interested because he wanted to lose his virginity. He actually backed out of it on a couple of occasions, which I put down to nerves. Finally went through with it, and it was fine. It happened and we are still friends. I work as a stripper at a nightclub. My neighbor came in one night and saw me spreading wide, and he didn't expect to see me there. One thing led to another. Next morning I woke up in his bed, and he was a virgin the night before. Former male stripper here. I originally started stripping for friends' bachelorette parties. So yeah, my friends paid me for my services. Did sex happen? Sometimes it did. Those particular friends were friends with benefits at that point. A girlfriend of mine's sister wanted me to have sex with her. I refused. Then she offered to give me a clarinet in exchange for sex. Still have the clarinet. I'm a sucker for musical instruments. Former sex worker. I've had friends who have found my videos online and mentioned them to me. If they are my friends, I don't usually care, as I'm not very secretive with my past. However, I have been working in restaurants for a couple months now, and one of them I quit because the entire kitchen staff watched them and was trying to get me to do things for them, most of the time for free too. The one after then, only one of the kitchen guys found out. He was okay with and wasn't weird, but then a customer recognized me and told my manager. Manager was a huge bitch and made some excuse to fire me when she found out. Now I have a nice office job and dress very professionally, so hoping no one finds out. It makes me angry that other people care so much. Like you were watching it. What makes you any better? Cam girl here. I've had friends buy my videos and quote them to me in public. It became a sort of joke, but was also very embarrassing at the time. Also a weird one, but my first cousin tried to purchase a custom video from me on Christmas Day. Very gross. Roll Tide. As a non-sex worker, I'm surprised at how little money it would take for me to have sex. How much in slushes? Excuse me sir, I may be a sex worker, but I have a little more respect for myself than that. I only accept gas station rewards points. They say that when you work in the trades, plumbers, masons, etc., friends and family always ask you to do your job for free. As a carpenter, all I can say is if you're going to ask someone to do their job for free, the least you can do is buy materials, liquor and offer to lend a hand. My ex was a famous webcam star on Chatterbot. He actually became real life friends with his highest bidder, some creepy 40-year millionaire living in the California hills. He still visits him once a year and the guy pays for everything. Oh, he met a sugar daddy? I believe he goes by Fructose Father. Glucose Guardian. Former sex worker. I had a few friends who found out what my night job was and asked for sex. I was attracted to a few of them and I hooked up with them for free. I had a few others want other services and I charged them. I don't think most people would do what I did. I was young and was just doing it for spending money. You shouldn't beg your sex worker friends for sex. I love this. Hey John. Wanna have sex? Sorry Hank. For you it's $50. But it was free for George. Look in a mirror, Hank.